So today, or now, second video tonight, we're gonna open up Leech. Leech is a pretty cool figure, but let's go ahead and give it a second for people to log in. And it's weird. I don't know why it's not coming up on my iPad. Let me refresh. Have to play or something? Oh, come on. Can you guys hear me? If you can, let me know. Say, yes, Todd, we can hear you. And there we go. Now it came up finally. All right. Have to play or something? Oh, these newfangled devices. Anyway, the baby's awake, so I can talk loud this time. Hooray! You don't have to hear me whisper like of some 1-900 number. So play my microphone a little closer. I do have it kind of far away for other videos I shot. There we go. That way it's closer and I could talk louder. Oh, I see why I had it further away now. Oh well, that will work. All right, so Leech. Now, Leech is part of the evil Horde. Then Hordak and his minions. And hey, Delaxorian, thanks. So let's take a look at this figure, and it tells me, just like we saw earlier, it is the 40th anniversary of Masters of the Universe, and there is Leech, the evil master of power suction. Dun dun dun. I don't know why they didn't call him Hoover, right? Or what's the other vacuum? They come door to door, knock on your door. Kirby. It's Kirby. That's what I should call him. I should call him Kirby for a nickname. That's what I should have put across the thing instead of Leech. I should have put Kirby. If you notice, when I put his on there, I called him Hose Nose because I've heard kids calling him before. I don't know his name. I think I heard one of my grandkids call him that before, and I think my own kids might have too. Hose Nose. Anyway, back of the box. So it shows him sucking one of the snake men, and there he is. Leech energy draining suction brings Eternia's mightiest to their knees. Looks like he's not to his knees, but sure, what the heck. And it shows you can stick him to a mirror, you can pull him off the mirror, and you can stick him to a mirror. Hooray, or some kind of glass. All right, other figures in the line, just like we saw earlier, we got 2000X He-Man, Snout Spout, Mantenna. Oh, I can't wait for that to show up. Leech, Skeletor 2000X, and Pighead. And then, of course, the Roton. All right, so before we jump into this, let's go ahead and talk about some other Leeches. Let's see. Kirk said, I got a sealed vintage Spikor today for $50. Wow, that is a great deal, Kirk. That is excellent. His feet stick easy. Nice to know, Mike. Is there an actual Kirby store? Oh, there's an actual Kirby store that's a couple miles away from me. Cool. You should show him the Leech figure and say, this is the real master of suction, not your vacuums. Anyway, so we got Leech in Classics, and it came with a big old net that was also had suction cups on it. And these hands are not suction cuppy at all. It's just basically for looks. So there's no sticking power to him whatsoever. He can't stick to anything. And then he's got the big old feet, and it's kind of a very cool design. And I think they took some ideas from the 2000X, and I love the head they gave him for Classics. That was so cool. But the body was kind of lacking for Classics. I was hoping for a bigger, beefier body, but still really cool. Now, I really like the suction cup feature. I remember taking the Leech I used to have from the 80s and pushing the button on his back and sticking him to wherever, either the fridge or the mirror in the bathroom. I think that's about it. I didn't put him on the glass window for fear of it breaking. But anyway, so I kind of missed that feature. Now, this figure only came with one armband just on his left, but I decided to steal one from another Leech and put it on his right. It's actually a shoulder and armband in one. And so here is the leftover Leech that at one time I tried to make a cool custom. I grabbed some suction cups that look like little plungers that are made for your iPhone, and I actually bought some green ones. I've tried painting them through the years, different kinds of colors, and the paint just comes off because when you slide this back and around and then stick it on something, see if I can get it to stick to this chalkboard. Probably knocks the chalkboard's nut. the right kind of material. Ooh, but I have stuck them on the mirror before in the bathroom. I have to grab the phone and take it in there. Ooh. Yeah, it's not going to stick to this matte surface. It's just too matte for it to stick to it. Anyway, so there you go. I tried to add my own suction cups to make it work. The colors don't quite match, but unfortunately I cannot find anything to paint and stay. And it was really hard to line it up because this is rounded and I put it on there. So when I glued it on, I had to hold it for so long to try to get it to line up. And you can see it did shift a little bit on me on this side, but it still does work. It is a pain to put on. You just can't stick it on. You have to actually fold it back and then put it onto the smooth surface and whammo, then it sticks. Anyway, you didn't come here to talk about classics or about my customs, which the classics did come with these cool crossbows too. You're here to look at the Origins, which is why we're all here. Origins. See, Big Bad Toy Store, they will get one character at a time. I actually got both these sent to me from Big Bad Toy Store, Leech and his name's not Hose Nose, Snout Spout. So there we go. So this is the deluxe, and look at that. They included the awesome head that we saw, that's just kind of similar to Filmation in 2000X, where it's not just a giant suction cup face, but actually has some shape to it. He has extra hands too that are not suction cupped, and he has his crossbow as well. I've already looked at the back of the box. That's right. I've already done that. So let's continue on. Let's see. Kirk said he will get his Stout Spout tomorrow from Big Bad Toy Store. Mike says, and we're back. We're back, Mike. It's actually, oh, you already read that one. All right. Juan Solo says, hello again. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? No, it's Leech. Oh, I knocked over the glider ladder. Ugh. Stay. All right. Here comes the comic book, the same one we just saw 5 minutes ago, which I have to read through and see if it's a slime pit of some sort or how it works. I need to know. I need to read. I'll have to find out later. Let's see what parts come apart. So it looks like his head comes off, of course, because he has replacements, his arms, his waist, and his feet. Right, let's get him out of this little package. Oh, he is really stuck in there. Stuck on you. Ooh. Time to get the double A scissors out. The reason I call them the double A scissors, I put the letter A's on there. I actually bought 3 pairs one time and labeled them A, B, and C. And I'd use the A scissors just for things I needed super sharp scissors for. And the B and C, they were accordingly, the B would be for medium stuff and the C would be for stuff that would ruin the scissors quickly. And as time went on, each pair of scissors got broken. The C first, the B next, and now the A's starting to get pretty bad. So I actually bought another pair of scissors that are unmarked now, which took the place of my old A ones. Wow, that is really stuck on his ankle. Ooh. There we go. Hooray. We got him out of there. All right, so he has lots of suction cup. Wow, he's already sticking to the chalkboard. Those do stick good. Ooh. That is crazy. Well, you don't have to worry about this figure falling off your shelf. Oh, the suction broke. Well, partly because... Oh, that is cool. That is fun. All right. And some here. Let's just go ahead and see what we can do. Look at that. He's a breaking Thompson. Let's try his mouth too while we're at it. Oh. All right, so there's been many times I tried to get him to stick to a figure. Let's just see if we can find somebody. Now, in the picture, they used to always show Man-at-Arms getting attacked. Let's see if his rubber on his mouth is finally rubbery enough to suck on Man-at-Arms' back. Oh, nope. That would have been cool. You can still stick them on there, though. Oh! Oh! Of course, now his legs stick on there. You can get some pretty interesting moves out of there. Anyway, there he is. There he is. Mr. Hoover. Let's check out his other optional parts. Now, of course, you won't stick to this Grayskull floor because it's so rough. It's an anti-leech floor. It's funny. His alternate head kind of reminds me of a wolf or something, or some kind of dog. Oh, it's like some rabid dog. If you were to paint this brown, he'd be a dog creature instead of a leech creature. I remember some people actually would super glue his mouth closed to give it more of a look of Filmation-y. But and he's got the cool alien hands. Come in peace. Aliens. And he has the awesome crossbow of power. Power, power. Now his crossbow, the way it works is you line it up and then you press right here and bam! It shoots forward and knocks out any foes in its path. So let's test it out and see. Oh, it's a tight fit. Oh, I should have brought some hot water with me. There we go. He's keeping that head. That looks way better. It's a mad dog. He can use his arms as suction cup instead of his mouth. What the heck? I can't believe his feet stick so well. Well, we got to try out these hands. I mean, we're this far already. Let's just go ahead and keep the transformation going. So I guess the way it works is his fingers web out and make the circular pods. So, anyway, there we go. So let's go ahead and use his crossbow and let's see what kind of damage we can cause now that he can have his crossbow in his hands since his big old suction cups are out of the way. Sorry, I'm not going to use the Grayskull floor because he can't stick to it. But he can stick to this. It's alright. Okay, He-Man. Let's just say you lost your sword. Oh no! And you can't grab your axe. Oh no! And he's got you at bay with his mighty, mighty powerful crossbow. The crossbow of power! Okay. There we go. All right. Put your hand down. Line this up. Let's zoom in so we can see what's going on here. Oh. Okay. There we go. Gotta get your hand out of the way, man. Now we'll turn his hand over. There we go. Okay. Oh! That was mighty powerful. Did you guys see the power? Say, I saw the power. Let's try it again. Just in case for those who missed it. You put it up there. And you push the mighty crossbow. Oh. Oh. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm being facetious. That crossbow does not really do too much at all. It just barely knocks over. It takes more effort. You could just go, oof, and cause more damage just by jamming it into him like it's some kind of battering ram than to actually use the crossbow feature. But that's okay. It's the same crossbow feature they had since the 80s, so we have to just put up with it. Yes, the hands are strange. Wonder when we'll see signs of retail Grizzlor. That'd be cool. Oh, Jinx is here. Hey, Jinx. Hey, you probably missed the last video, but this is your floor, man. See, I got your name on there. Jinx. So I'm using your floor for my videos. Hope you don't mind, man. Let me slide that back in there. I just like the square look, personally, the best out of all the possible configurations. Oh, it's just hanging there. Anyway. Cool, man. I haven't got the boxes yet. I'm still waiting for them. So I can't figure out the price yet until I get the boxes. So I may not have the prices for you guys today like I was talking about. But we'll see. I'll reserve a later video tonight maybe. If you don't see a video from me, then you know I didn't get the boxes in time. Anyway, this is not off the floors. This is about Leech. I can't believe how well his suction cups work. That is just so cool. After fighting the other leeches of the past for so long. The leeches of the past. You know what? I'm going to have to get another leech. Let's see how close. I have to heat that up to pull that off. Let's see how close the color is. Well, it still doesn't match. Bummer. But you know what? I am going to take off these suction cup feet. And I am going to mount them on these hands and rip these ones off that I put on years ago. And I'm going to get him some real Leech Power suction cups. Hopefully the row of these won't make it so they don't work too well. I'll have to not glue the middle, just glue the edge so it can still bend and move. I'm not going to take the feet though, because I like the feet on the figure. And I think they'll work just fine, but I am going to take the heads. You know, let's see if the head comes off. How easy. Oh, it's just a tight fit. Too tight. But if you wanted to, you could potentially put this on your classics. You have to do a little more olive color to it to, you know, maybe use a light brown wash. Not light as in light in color, but light as in not very heavy on your paintbrush. So if you use brown and just put it on lightly as a wash, it would actually match this color. So I may steal that extra head for my classics when I want to make him suction cuppable. Suction cuppable. Just like I stole the... You know what? I could take the hands. I wonder how much I have to cut off here, though. Okay, let's... I'm going to break the seal. I did this years ago. Oh. I almost hate doing this. It's going to take off all the paint. All the way around. This has been on here for probably since the first couple weeks this figure was released. Is when I put this on here. Oh, well, it's ripped now, so it's coming off. It's coming off. Oh. So it's going to take a little bit of work to get all this off. But I may alter those hands and stick them on this guy. I don't know what I stuck on there. That's like some hard plastic rubbery stuff. Because the original figure didn't have that on there, as you can see. So, and he's getting an upgrade. Yeah, I'm going to use the feet one. The feet one is bigger, actually. You can see the size difference. And since I want it to have a good suction cup, my classics is going to get the feet. So it's time to get a new leech. I'll have to go to Big Bad and see if they have any more, so I can steal the feet. That'd be fun too, because then I could probably put extra hands on the feet too, so it'd be kind of cool looking. All right, let's get your guys' comments. Leech is one of the coolest characters. Yeah, I was never a huge fan of Leech. I just liked his playability of being able to stick to the glass and windows and stuff. That was always fun. So it wasn't that, character-wise, he was one of my favorites. But play value, especially pushing the button on his back, it was just fun to do that giant bladder as it would suck in and out on his face. It was just really such a cool feature they had. And being it was actually had a little hole, I believe, in the middle So it was like he was really sucking the power out of them. And it's funny because we have another figure that's like that, and that is Mosquito. So Mosquito has the same basic function as Leech. And since Mosquito can't fly, it's like, well, what the heck? We don't really have, you know, a unique character. We have two guys that do the same thing. So I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that just seemed kind of weird. Does his armband come off? Look at that. His armband's misaligned, but you can't take it off either. That's frustrating. They must have stuck it on and then made the mold. Oh well, I'll live with it. I will live. All right. Steve Newton says, I'm looking forward to it. My 2-year-old is big enough to play with his He-Man figures. Nice. Video Fox said, I came on just as you were ripping the cup off. And I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Lewis says, I don't like the feet. It's hard to stand him. Not flat surfaces. Yeah, notice it keeps falling over. Because that rubber breaks free, and basically once the rubber's broken free, you only have that small little circle on the bottom of his ankles that actually is supporting his whole body. So I could see that's kind of a problem. See, watch, as soon as the suctions break, he'll probably fall over. Now that I said that, now he's lined up perfect, he's not going to fall. Fall, man, fall. Oh well, we'll just keep going and watch for a minute. Pop Actor, Outbound or Leech, and make a new figure with the second head and alternate hands and use Hordex feet instead. Pop Actor, I was just thinking that. I thought, well, you could use Hordex feet on him. And I was just going to tell you that just right before. I thought, well, you know, you could just use old Horde's feet on him. That sounds bad. A Hordex. Now, what's funny is you could... Oh, weird. I was thinking you just take the bottom, but you can't. It's actually connected differently on the bottom, so you just can't take the bottom off. You have to take the whole boot. Interesting. All right, he's not going to fall now that I have him balanced just right. Dun, dun, dun. We got it. All right. Give us more Horde figures. Make it happen, Mattel, Mike says. Yes. Jeff says Leech is an awesome figure. Lewis says, hello, Leech fans. I kind of missed the Power Punch feature, honestly. Yes, the Power Punch feature. I need to check. Does his waist turn? Oh, it does. Now, see this Leech, when he turns his waist, he's almost the same distance around, just a little bit hangs over the back as he is around. And that's what I didn't like about the classics, is they made him just too skinny. And you could see, you know what, instead of moving your arm, just pull your arm off. There we go. And you could see the difference in the Origins, how they made him a fatty, and they didn't do that with classics. They made him so skinny. And I know why. They wanted to keep the price point by making him skinny. Of course, it uses less plastic and whatnot, and packaging and everything else, but I just wish they would have gone the extra mile. You know, maybe made him an exclusive extra large beast figure or something, give us some extra parts. But the skinniness of him is just weird. Because Leech should not be skinny. Alright, you can have your arm back now, sir. It's just, I just really like the design they have on the face. I'm glad they gave us both heads, because you know the original Leech only had this, and it often made you wonder, what's he supposed to look like, right? Because he has these teeth on the side and these teeth in the front, but you never really knew what he's supposed to look like, and it's just kind of strange, because obviously the gimmick got in the way of how he looked. All right, so I think that's about it. let's see, is that Toy Bandit? Yeah, Toy Bandit said it's got his pile of loot. His waist comes off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's have some fun at this. It's time to do some mixing and matching with the two figures we just got. I didn't even think of having fun. Woo! This is what Leech looks like when he takes his pants off. He's got the big old baggy shaggy. Now you can really see the size difference of him. Ooh. Ooh. All right, let's do the arms next. What the heck? Ugh. We'll see if the arms can fit in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, barely. You know what these figures remind me of? Let me grab one and show you. This reminds me of these guys right here that they came out with a long time ago. These Lego guys. Now these Lego guys were so cool and so much fun. The first time I saw them, my son and I were in Toys R Us, and they had somebody there from Lego showing these off, and they had this green looking guy, and I'm like, oh, it's the bad guy, and the guy's like, nope, he's the good guy. And these were the coolest things ever. So you can see them apart, except for one problem. One problem drove me crazy, and that was he did not turn at the waist. It's like, had they made them this really cool figure, really cool design, you can take and mix them all up and have a blast doing all kinds of fun stuff. There's a green guy I thought was a bad guy. And, you know, they were really cool, but without the waist turning, you lost a huge articulation point. Now the waist didn't have to come apart. I was okay with it not. At least have it turn. But it did come apart and it didn't turn either. So, anyway, I'll go ahead and set this back. I'm planning on trying to get my grandson into those. I got a giant set of them that are opened. And if he likes them, then I'll give him some sealed ones. He's got red paint on his jaw. It's like he was chomping on something bloody or something. Oh, Garbage Pail Kids. Toy Bandit says, hey Todd, is there a way to get a castle floor? The Toy Bandit, look at the link in the description for my eBay auctions. I have one on there right now. And that's the only way right this moment. In a few days, I might be releasing some possible price points for some, but I'm not going to have a whole bunch. I think I may end up on the eBay auction giving second chance offers to some of the other bidders on there, not just the highest bidder only. So that'd be kind of cool. Love Garbage Pail Kids. Yep. Yep. All right. Anyway, I don't have Darth Vader to show you. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And that is all I got. And I will see you guys next video. Maybe one tonight if I get the boxes in, and maybe not. Yeah, do what moto figures would be good for a 2-year-old. They could be, as long as you took away all the weapons and you glue the hands in. Being the hands can come off, that could be a choking hazard. So I would suggest gluing them in really good. You know, use super glue or whatever, let it sit for more than 24 hours. Anything that's small and can come off, I'd glue it in, like maybe the feet, so they don't choke on the parts, because these come apart so much, there's a lot of choking features. I would suggest instead just buying some old 80s ones. The 80s ones, let's see if I got one down here. Ooh, I got a battle armor flea man down here. There's no little parts. The worst they can do is chew up the rubber on the head. That's the worst case scenario, chew the fingers up. But the old ones, if a piece comes off, you're not going to have a child choke on it because they're big enough pieces. And these are pretty sturdy. I mean, if the legs break, just get some new rubber bands. I got videos on how to fix the legs. And, you know, I mean, This battle armor is so cool. It's one of my favorites. I used to love just sitting here with the battle axe and just hitting it. Let me zoom up so you guys can really see. Boop. I used to love just hitting with the battle axe and lining it up where I knew the scratches were going to be, so it looked like he got scratched there. With the, I mean, look, it's even battle axe shaped kind of. So, anyway, yes. So get the old '80s figures for your younger kids. I wouldn't even bother getting the Origins now because there's too many little parts, too many pieces can go wrong, and it's frustrating. I know my grandson gets frustrated with sometimes the parts are hard for him to pull off, or he expects the parts to pull off, so he'll grab and start yanking. It's like, nope, he's gonna come apart, you know, because it would be like the battle armor figure for Origins, and he doesn't come apart. But being the hands come off, I would not give it to a 2-year-old because the hands come off. That's just too small. It will fit right down their throat, and that will be really bad. So, bad idea for kids. But, like I said, a lot of the 80s ones were pretty cheap. You can usually grab a Battle Armor He-Man without any accessories for around $25. So, I know it's a little more than Origins, but considering the figure's, you know, 40 years old, well, not quite, he came out later. So, being the figure's, you know, 35 plus years, for $25 is usually not too bad. Yeah, these figures, they are tough. And like I said, if the rubber band's breaking the legs, very easy to replace. The replacement bands run about $1 or $2 each. I got a video on how to do it. If you don't want to get those, you can also use the O-ring method. But I found the replacement bands were great. Now this one has the black marks around it. I haven't figured out how to clean them yet. When I do figure that out, though, I'll make a video and show you guys. That's why I still have this guy sitting around, so I can fix him just for that purpose. One time in the past, I had one where the guy wrote his letters of his name on the back of the thigh, and so I had to match paint because I couldn't clean it off because it soaked into the plastic, the pen. And so I actually had to take and mix paint that matched the color and then painted it over the guy's letters. But anyway, yep. Go with the 80s figures. And the 80s figures are fun. If you mess around, you can do a little bit of mixing with them. Not as much as you can with Origins, but still, you can still have fun mixing some of the figures up and having a blast. So, anyway. What? No way. Hold on. Hold up. I did not know I had him. Oh. Today is a good day. I found out I have a Thunder Punch He-Man. Thunder Punch He-Man. Oh, I did not know I still had one. No way. He was just sitting in my junk box over there full of figures. Oh, that's so cool. This figure is like just so much fun. If you get caps for him, you let him with caps, it is just so much fun just snapping them. And it's funny, the top of his hand always reminded me of the way Disney drew the Hercules series, or not series, the Hercules movie with the swirls going around. And so, you know, I always think of that song when he's turning into a hero when he's growing up and training, the Hercules. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go find some caps now. It's time. And I'll make a video later with the new fresh caps. I am going to be searching far and wide to find some caps, and we're going to have some fun. Oh, I can't believe I have one of these. And the coolest thing about this is his head stays where it's supposed to as he's turning. Wop, 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 wop. I know, it's kind of ridiculous. I remember I used to always take his head off. This is awful. That's why I didn't think I had any left. I thought I destroyed them all. I used to always steal his head because of his color. His hair is more orange than blonde. And I used to stick it on a regular He-Man figure. Well, this head is flat and has a point going up. So you had to retrofit the peg to fit because it didn't fit the same way. But it's funny too. I took another one time and see his arms were kind of more bulky than the regular He-Man. And so I actually used him for a Ram Man one time. Made a cool custom Ram Man. Now his hands don't come off our arms like the regular figures. They actually go inside and have a T-joint, a big disc on the inside that holds it in. So you can't just yank these arms off. You have to actually pull them off. And I remember pulled them off. I cut them. I added a piece in between with and put it inside Ram Man. So I chopped Ram Man all up, and I made a really cool. I don't have them anymore. Ram Man that used these arms. Anyway, I'm excited that I found him. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous. Well, of course, you guys are like, well, of course, you're Hebrew. Of course, you're excited about finding a He-Man figure you thought you lost. So that's, now you guys know my excitement about it. Anyway, I can't believe I found one. So, I don't know why parents freaked out about caps. It's not like your child held a He-Man cap figure and robbed a bank. Yeah. All right, give me all you got, or I am going to use the power punch of He-Man. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. That's cool. I remember when my kids were little, they had Cops and Crooks, and those figures used the flat caps. You'd run them through the guns like a roll of bullets. Anyway, I'm past the half-hour mark. I was trying to stay under it. So if I stay under half an hour, it loads now. If I go over half an hour, then it doesn't load till the morning. But I crossed over the half-hour mark. I can also answer your guys' questions now. Pop Actress says Thunder Punch was my last He-Man. Let's see. Juan Soto says the piece that holds the foot to the boot is very weak. If you heat it up, you can break it. Yes, that is true. Yep. So again, like I mentioned earlier, if your child's 2, find these fun figures from the 80s. I see if he had the disc or not. There's a newer one that has a disc. It's the rubber band. I like it too because his boots have the fur around it, like they did in the cartoon. As opposed to the, also his wristbands are painted too, as opposed to just being skin color. So there's just some fun features about this figure. I had a Rambo water machine gun that worked real. I'm guessing real good. What else do I got in this box? I got the super greased down bodybuilding Super 7 He-Man. Oh, even these ones are more safe for kids except for the disc. Sometimes the leg will snap off, and granted that disc can get loose, but if you're careful, like this leg's stuck right now, so I have to heat it up. I can feel it's ready to snap right there if I was just putting more pressure on it, and that's one problem. It's just crazy how, you know what, even this figure looks shiny. I don't know why. I guess it's not quite as shiny. Shiny. Oh, okay. Okay, let's line this up. We got to do the power punch. I know we don't have any caps right now, but you got to put your hand down so I can punch you straight on. Here we go. Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'll turn them this way. Well, you guys can watch the mayhem. Oh man, that hits pretty hard. I imagine with an extra little cast blast behind it too, it'd be even harder. Oh, I can't wait. We're gonna have to do some tests and see how powerful this punch is. Yep, Steve, hit eBay, look for older ones. There's other places too to find older ones too. Sometimes Facebook Marketplace has some good prices too. There's also some websites out there where people sell figures right off their website, and I found sometimes they get good prices. Etsy, it's a hit and miss. Some people think that Etsy's eBay on steroids, so they charge more. Other people think Etsy's a flea market and they charge less. So lots of places to go. Yeah, I think I bought that He-Man figure actually off of the He auction site. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called He-Bay, I think is what it was called. That's where I bought that last Battle Armor He-Man I have. So cool. Look at the height difference. It looks, I mean, Leech looks like a force to be reckoned with now. I mean, this Classics Leech should be the right size for a regular He-Man. I mean, that's cool. Would you sell the file for printing the floors to international buyers? Toy Bandit, not at this time. If you are an international buyer and you want to be one of my pre-orders, I will put it on eBay and use eBay shipping. I know it's a small fortune. I don't want to get into the logistics of the floor in this video because this video is about Leech. But maybe someday I might release the file. But right now I need to make back the money from my printer and everything else before I release the file. Jesse H. I noticed signs you make a her sound when opening or prying something off. Are you doing that sound effect from the B movie, The Barbarian? It's just something I do. My wife always laughs at me because I grunt all the time. And I don't know, it's just funny. I make different sounds all the time. Sometimes I used to drive her crazy when we were younger, especially. Now she's getting used to it. Hey, The Rocks. Thanks for joining us. Leo Ox Rocks. I don't know. Hopefully I said it right the first time. All right. Anyway. Oh, hey, Unicron's on here. Thanks for joining us, man. Who else did I miss? Kennel, thanks for joining us. Vincent, thanks for joining us. Steed Back, thanks for joining us. Doraxin, thanks for joining us. Mike, thanks for being here. And Lewis, thanks for being here as well. Cobweb, I didn't see you on there. Look at that. Wow, I just went outside. My $1 was on the porch. Nice. Yes, it does look like Frogman from the artwork. You are correct, Cobweb. All right. Anyway, thanks again for joining me, you guys. It's okay. You can go back and watch the video. It was kind of fun. We had a little bit of fun doing this. So check it out. And I will see you guys. Good journey. And this might be my last video tonight. Bye now.